Hey, it's Jamie, smoking in my car. The other day, I was talking about last weekend when I went on a trip for my Rosicrucian conference, and I brought up Hermeticism and Kabbalah, and I figured I'd talk more about Kabbalah because it's kind of interesting. It's a pretty interesting sort of system, and it's pretty versatile as well. I'm smoking my Peterson. I always say this is a Baskerville, this pipe, but it might be a Watson. On tobaccopipes.com, I ordered what was ostensibly a Baskerville. But when I got it, the stamp, and this looks like a Baskerville, but when I got it, the stamp actually says, let's see if you can see it. If you can read that, the stamp says Watson. So I looked up a Watson and a Baskerville, and they look kind of identical. At first I thought it was a misprint on the pipe. I thought they used the wrong stamp. But this might actually be a Watson. And I've been calling it a Baskerville this whole time. Sterling silver band, nice heritage finish, that really dark finish that they do. You could still somewhat see the grain. One of my favorite pipes. This is really good for like deep Englishes. Anyway, I said I was going to talk about Kabbalah a little bit. It's an interesting system. It's a way to, it's a system, an exegetical system, as they would say technically, an interpretive system to get at the deeper meanings and the esoteric implications of Abrahamic scripture. That is to say, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the scripture, the body of texts belonging to those theological traditions. Kabbalah can be used to access the esoteric import of all of those traditions and more. I mean, it could be applied hermetically as well. There's usually, I should explain this, there's usually three sort of species of Kabbalah. Jewish Kabbalah, which is often spelled with a K, Kabbalah. Christian Kabbalah, which is the Latinized spelling, spelt with a C, Cabala. You see a lot of that in the Middle Ages and going into the Renaissance. Pico della Mirandola, Marsilio Ficino, all the way up into Giordano Bruno, etc., and up into John Dee in the Elizabethan era. They were using this Christianized Kabbalah with a C. Then in the 19th century, during the occult revival, when you see things like Egyptianisms and Hermeticism and all these Alexandrian kind of occult traditions coming back into vogue, that's where you see Hermetic Kabbalah, which is what I study mainly. And that's usually spelt with a Q. Qabalah. Very versatile. Here's what I mean by exegetical or interpretive or a hermeneutic system. It involves basically three main interpretive techniques: gematria, temura, and notericon. all different ways of getting at Scripture and getting at the esoteric meaning of a word or a number, or anything in Scripture. But like I said, it can also be applied outside of the scriptural textual context. In fact, I'll sometimes use those interpretive techniques just to keep sharp and to keep my head in that system with license plates. I'll see somebody's license plate and I'll do a sort of Kabbalistic analysis of it. So, there is a Kabbalistic standalone literary tradition as well. Usually starts with what's actually a proto-Kabbalistic document called the Sefer Yetzirah, which is from the maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th century CE, obviously influenced by Hermetic and Neoplatonic literature, but it's proto-Kabbalistic because they really didn't have that word yet. That word came about in the Middle Ages with a couple of documents like the Bahir and the Zohar. So the Bahir and the Zohar are the first sort of properly Kabbalistic texts. And basically they deal with the cosmology of Jewish, Christian, and later Hermetic Kabbalah. I gotta go. Bye.